we would like to save our illustration and we need to use it on a web page, Facebook, our own CMS system or whatever, something that is electronic in a way. So I go up in File here and I go for the Save for Web or Online Media version here. Click on that one and then I go into this one and look at my creature here. I'll just zoom in a bit down here. And there's a lot of clutter here, JPEG artifacts, because I'm in the JPEG format. What if I grow up a little bit on the quality? Then I got less and less and less. Very little here, but suddenly my file size down here also bumps up compared to what it was before, 17 to nearly 100. JPEG is basically a really excellent format for photos, but for vector graphics it's actually not very good, because in vector graphics we got a lot of plain surfaces with the same monocolor, and JPEG is just not built for that. So what else, other options that we got? We actually got PNG 8. That is equivalent to the GIF format. And that is actually quite good. Suddenly I can see down here, 13 kilobyte for this one. And it's actually fairly big in pixel size here. So this could actually be good. Let's zoom in a little bit. I also have a little zoom tool over here. Let's have a look on it. Yeah, it actually looks good because I'm in 600%. What if I was on 100? That is 1 pixel you see here is basically 1 pixel on the receiver's screen. And here it looks pin sharp. That is really nice. And usually that is just what you do. How many colors are you? If you make more colors here, it will be more rich and it will take more space down here. But basically you can't see any difference in this case, so we don't need 128 colors. We can easily go down to 32 because we basically didn't use much. So how come we need 32 for this one? It could be that we need to have some colors that shows me the transitions here. I need those 2 pixels here showing me that are going from gray to the background. If I don't have that, then it will look really pixelated like an old computer game from the 80s. We don't want to have that. So PNG 8 would be great for this format. It could also be PNG 24. Let's have a little look on the difference here. Well, suddenly it fills up a lot more and the quality doesn't seem to change. And that is basically true. So what is the main difference? It comes if I do use transparency, but we don't have any transparency in this image. So I'll just cancel this one and turn off the background here. And then I'll go up again and then have a look on the very same thing with transparency turned on. Now I have the JPEG. JPEG doesn't support transparency. I go to PNG 8. It supports transparency. I turn it on and I can see that my background is suddenly hidden. I would like to zoom in a little bit so we can see the details around here. It's hard to see when I have this transparency grid because it's kind of white and the edges, I can't see what it's actually doing. But the matter over here is actually putting in white color on the edges. So this one will actually look great on a white background. But what if I need another colored background this one needs to be on? Then I need to find the color here. Now I'll turn on black so you can see what it actually does. It put in an intermediate color to smoothen out the edges so it looks really cool on a website. But it's quite a lot that comes in. So you have this usually white clutter coming in. So if it changes the color on the web page or something like that, then suddenly your illustrations will look bad. So is there a way to improve this? Yes, you can use PNG 24, which has more information inbuilt and it doesn't have any colors that comes in. It just have a smooth transition no matter what you do. So it will basically fit any background you like. It has semi-transparent pixels here, so it doesn't fiddle with it. So it's more advanced. So that is, if you have any transparency, go for PNG 24. So that is the formats. If you don't have any transparency, you might stick to PNG 8 and that will be fine. Then the size. If you haven't, now we are coming from a print versioned document that hasn't been pixel defined, and now I suddenly have some pixels here, and I would like to have it smaller. I would like it to have it to be 600 pixels. If this one is put on the chain here, I will have it scaled properly. If I break the chain and say, oh, I like it to be square, then it goes bad because it then stretches my illustration. So I need to have this one tucked on if I need to keep the proportions. If I'm unhappy about the size of this artboard, then I need to change the size of my artboard here. And that is basically the point. That is possible because we have the artboards over here, and changing this artboard is basically going into some kind of document setup, and then you can see like edit artboards, and then you have the artboard tool, and then you can change the artboard into a different size here just by dragging it here like it was a box or something like that. We have it here in the object artboard, rearrange, fit to, convert to artboards, fit to, select to, blah blah blah. And now I'm satisfied, and then I just go for something else. So in here I have my artboards, rearrange, document setup, edit artboards, and then I have this. If you really work with artboards, I would recommend you to go up to your view menu and go to the window menu, go into your tools, pick up your default toolbar, and in your default toolbar you have the artboard tool, and you can drag it over here, close the toolbar, and that is basically if you're just working around and I need to change my artboard a little bit, click on it, and now you can easily change your artboard in size or draw a new one in different sizes and delete it by clicking on the cross here. That is how artboards actually works. So if I now go into my save for web, and I go for my PNG 24, now you can see I have a different size over here, and then I can fiddle it. So this is basically how you do a save for web thing. Go for the PNG 24, especially if you need transparency in your layout.